In the living world, things grow, die, and nutrients are absorbed back into the soil. But in a modern, fast-paced world, more often we take, we make, and we dispose, creating mountains of waste. And food has a big part to play. Many environmental experts say our current approach to food production and consumption simply isn't sustainable and is causing widespread degradation of the environment. One of the ways that researchers have suggested that companies or individuals create a more circular economy is by cutting down the supply chain and trying to get food directly from the source. According to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, a UK-based non-profit, that means food grown or raised locally in a regenerative way. Food that's designed and marketed for health with a minimum of waste. 4P Foods is one of the companies looking to build on that model. Customers can go online and order healthy local or regional produce and have it delivered directly to their homes.
4P Foods is a food hub, which means that we buy food from lots of small, sustainable local farmers. And what it's about ultimately is about building a better, more equitable food system. In our offerings in January, for example, you won't get cucumbers because they're not around, but you will get a jar of locally made pickles that are made from local cucumbers in August.
Community-supported agriculture isn't a new concept, but it's grown in popularity and become a convenient way for many customers to have access to fresh produce, meat, dairy, and even snacks.
Bananas, the broccoli crown, the caramel popcorn, and bunch spinach.
The farm-to-home delivery system helps lessen food waste by not allowing consumers to choose the more attractive produce over slightly more disfigured items that are just as fresh and healthy. It also reduces the choices offered at a grocery store, which proponents say is not a bad thing.
In the 1970s, the average number of items in a grocery store was around 4,000 or so. Now it's 40 to 60,000. And it's not because we have new vegetables, it's because we now have a whole row of cereal or chips or what have you.
Each year, according to data cited by the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, 7.5 million hectares of forests are cut down to fuel the industrial food system, contributing significantly to environmental degradation.
Regenerative agriculture is the one thing that we have as a species that can actually sequester carbon out of the atmosphere, store it in the soil, build soil health, create more nutrient-dense food, and provide a tool that provides better economic outcomes for the 500 million smallholder farmers on the planet. And that might be one of the only big scalable tools we have to fight back against climate change in the next century.
Sourcing fresh food locally, contributing not only to the community economy, but to a more sustainable way of life. Farm to table has never looked finer. Maria Galang, CGTN, Washington.